In this video, we will take a look at the elif keyword in Python. Elif stands for else if. The elif keyword is used in conjunction with the if statement to evaluate additional conditions after the initial if condition is found to be false. If we think back to our if statement, we have our expression: if the if statement returns true, the indented code block is executed. However, if it is false, nothing happens. Here's where the elif comes into play. If the initial if expression is false, we can then test a second expression. If that second expression with the elif returns true, the indented code block under the elif is executed. Otherwise, it is false and nothing happens. We can also have multiple elif statements following the if statement. And we're going to see that once any of the if or elif statements returns true, those elif statements that follow are not executed. Let's go over to PyScript to check it out for a better understanding. We saw in the last video that if we have if 5 less than 10, our if statement will be executed because 5 less than 10 returns true. We will print true, hit enter, and we can see that our print statement was executed. We also saw that if we said if 5 was greater than 10, that the print statement or the indented code block underneath the if statement would not be executed. So let's put in a print statement: print this will not be executed. So hit enter and enter again, and nothing happened. I'll hit up on the keyboard. We have our last statement: if 5 greater than 10. We're going to use elif, which stands for else if. So else if 5 less than 10, print this will be executed. Hit enter. Now before I hit enter again, we know that our 5 greater than 10 is not going to be executed. So Python looks to the elif statement and goes, is 5 less than 10 true? And if so, enter the indented block of code and execute. Hit enter, and we can see this will be executed has been printed to screen. Nothing happened for our if statement because this returned false, but our elif returned true, so the code was executed. I'll hit up again, and I'm going to add in another elif statement, which will be 11 greater than 10, which is also true. And we'll print this will not be executed because the elif above is true. Now we'll run, and we can see our first elif was executed, and once our first if elif returns true, the rest of the elif statements are not considered. If I hit up, and I'll change the first elif to 5 equals 10, this will not be executed. Our elif 11 greater than 10 is true. This will be executed because the if and elif above are false. We hit enter and run, and we can see that because our if and first elif were both false and our last elif was true, this is what got executed. Now we could also have it where nothing happens. Our first if here is false, our first elif is false, and if we change the second elif to 11 less than 10, this will not be executed. We'll run, and none of our print statements are executed because all our conditional expressions return false. In this video, we took a look at the elif statement in Python. The elif is used in conjunction with the if statement to evaluate additional conditions after the initial if condition is found to be false. We saw with if and elif statements Once the first true statement is found, the rest of the statements that follow are not executed.